Upper Gwinnett police say a 7th grader severely assaulted another 7th grader, causing her to get staples in her head and put on concussion protocol.
We had to sit in there and watch them clean up her blood off those tables and ground. And we had to watch them take her out with blood dripping down her face. And I will never forget that.
This is straight up sad, guys. This is sad that these girls can't even go to the bathroom or school without getting attacked by some transgender, some person with gender dysphoria. This person is having a mental illness, and because he can't be accepted by women, he's attacking women. Over here in Pennbrook School in North Wales, Pennsylvania, this is where it happened. Let's take a look.
In Montgomery County, police and school officials are still investigating a violent attack that took place in the cafeteria at Pennbrook Middle School. Happened yesterday, but plenty of emotions and concern tonight as parents showed up at a school district meeting demanding answers. Action News reporter Brianna Smith has the story from Lansdale.
I don't get how you couldn't have stopped that.
A Pennbrook Middle School student recounts the attack on a student in the cafeteria on Wednesday afternoon, despite warning a school counselor something was going to happen that day.
All of a sudden, I just hear all this screaming and everybody running. And all of a sudden, you just hear these terrible, loud bangs of the Stanley bouncing off her head.
Upper Gwinnett police say a 7th grader severely assaulted another 7th grader, causing her to get staples in her head and put on concussion protocol.
We had to sit in there and watch them clean up her blood off those tables and ground. And we had to watch them take her out with blood dripping down her face. And I will never forget that.
More than 50 people attended the North Penn School District meeting Thursday night, voicing their concerns, some through tears.
As a parent, your worst fear comes to light when you get that call from your kid crying in school, "Mom, help me. I'm scared."
I got a text that there was more blood than she had ever seen in her life. My child stayed home from school today and was up with nightmares all night and stomach aches.
Some parents say the alleged attacker just started school on Monday and had issues with other children. In a letter to parents, the superintendent denies the student was transferred to the school after being expelled for violent behavior at another school.
The kids were traumatized just by watching what happened.
For whatever it takes for us to get back to this place of prominence that, you know, we all dig our hands in and we just figure out what we need to do next.
Hoping administrators make changes to protect students.
This should not have happened, period. We are also collaborating with our local law enforcement in their investigation as we work to ensure that something like this cannot happen again.
School district leaders did not respond to any of the parents' questions. They say the incident is under investigation. However, police say the accused student will likely face several charges, including aggravated assault. In Lansdale, Brianna Smith, Channel 6 Action News.
Now, for some reason, the left wants to keep doing this. For some reason, they're pushing these transgenders into our schools. They're pushing it on TV, on movies, on the papers, everything. There's plenty of news articles that have the whole heading wrong. They say student. They say a fight broke out. But they don't, not one of them says anything about transgender student. Why? Because that's hate speech, right? Apparently to the left. If you call someone a transgender and you have them in a sentence that talks about them hitting someone, all suddenly you're a hateful person. You're a transphobe. Even though that's the truth. Even though that's the truth, all suddenly you're a bad person. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and lots of emotions because of it, and a lot of parents just simply upset and outraged, many of them feeling like this whole thing could have been avoided. That's why later today they're going to be right outside of this building where this board typically meets to voice those concerns at the Educational Services Center. Starting at 9 a.m., we're supposed to see parents start to come, and even with signs, we're told to make their voices known and some of those concerns heard. So let's get right to it, because all of this is, of course, in response to the disturbing fight that broke out at Pennbrook Middle School just last Wednesday. Police say a 13-year-old student violently attacked a 12-year-old in the cafeteria unprovoked right about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so right around the end of lunchtime. This attack with a metal Stanley mug. Now, police say the 12-year-old was taken to the hospital. In surveillance video viewed by Fox 29, we could see that child's head bleeding right after that fight broke out. School officials say everything was placed on hold for about 8 minutes while they dealt with the situation, and then they proceeded on with the day as normal. The attack, which police are describing as sudden and unprovoked, resulted in the victim sustaining sustaining a concussion and needing staples to close lacerations to the head. Now, parents, of course, outraged, saying all of this could have been prevented if the school heeded some of their warnings. Kids apparently going to some school officials to say there were concerns about this particular student before this fight broke out. In a packed district meeting just last week, the superintendent of the North Penn School District addressed some of those concerns.
This should not have happened, period. Such behavior has no place in our schools. You expect better, we expect better, and certainly I do as well. Every parent has the right to send their child to school and their child to feel safe. As a result of yesterday's incident, I do recognize and understand why some of you did not feel that way this morning. But please do not perceive my lack of response to your comments as a lack of genuine and sincere care.
But even with those words from last week, that's still going to happen in terms of what these parents want to make known. They want to know that their kids are going to be safe, and many of them don't feel like that right now. Many of them feeling like they don't want to send their kid to school. Some kids even fearful of coming to school. So there's a lot of emotion packed here within this community, and they're going to make those voices known here starting at 9 a.m. They're expected to be here for most of the morning and through the afternoon, apparently, according to some comments over on social media. So they're coming armed with their thoughts and their heart, and they're hoping that somebody listens and that something is done moving forward to prevent this, guys.
Okay, so it starts at 9 at the district, not the middle school where it happened, right? It's going to happen where you are.
Right where I am,
Gotcha.
at the district.
Who is not surprised that this is happening? Because I'm not. I knew this was going to happen. This has been known it's going to happen because men cannot be women. And whenever you have men go into schools, in these adolescent schools, middle school for this case, and they're not accepted by the other women, they're going to get mad. I'm sure this boy got so upset that he's like, you know what? I'm going to make this hit list and I'm going to start beating these girls up who are not accepting me. They don't want to be friends with me because I'm a transgender. Well, of course they don't want to be friends with you because you're not one of them. You're one of the guys, unfortunately. You know, in your head, you're a girl, but in reality, you're a guy. So when you get upset about someone calling you out or not wanting to be your friends, then you shouldn't be surprised. You know, that's your parents' fault. That's mama's fault. That's dadda's fault. That's your aunt, your uncle's fault. That's the official's fault for pushing you into the women's bathroom, into women's sports. And whenever you beat real women and everyone's like, whoa, that's cheating. That's unfair. People like Riley Gaines comes out and supports the banning of transgender athletes. Don't act all surprised because that's unfair. That is unfair. Men are completely different than women. It's been known that. We've known that for centuries. But nowadays in 2024, it's like we don't know what a woman is. What is a woman? They can't even answer that. Woman is whenever you decide to put on a wig, whenever you decide to put on makeup or get fake breasts, then all of a sudden you're a woman, but you're forgetting the fact that that's biology. It's down to your DNA, down to your bones, because 100 years from now, when someone digs up your body, they're going to be able to test your bones and see that, oh, based on the DNA, this was a woman. This over here was a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's biology. It's in your DNA. It's in your bones, people. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, the buzzer view. See you on the next one.